Hey y'all, Taylor by Debbie here. This week I'm going to show you how you can take a wreath, and this came from Michael's. It was $5.99 when I purchased it. It measures approximately 14 inches in diameter. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to squeeze it together. It helps to take it like this and push it down on the top. We're going to squeeze it until it's in an oval shape because we're going to make a swag with it. All right, next we're going to take and just fluff it out. And all that is just taking these little pieces of greenery and opening them up and separating them. Now I'm going to take it and I'm going to squeeze it together just a little bit more. Okay. And then we're going to push the sides down. All right, now we have our swag base. I'm going to squeeze. We want to squeeze it together and make it look like it's a swag. So you just continue to squeeze that wreath together. And then we can get in the center and just twist some of the greenery pieces from one side of your wreath to the other, which will help keep it together and help keep it from going back apart. Just like so. All right, now that we have our swag base done, we are going to put some deco mesh on it. Okay, on my swag, I'm going to be making a nativity scene in the middle. So what I want to do is I want to put some of the solid kind of a sand color mesh on the bottom part. And then we're going to put a sparkly blue with some silver and white on this half to kind of resemble the sky. All right, so we're just going to take the mesh and we're going to scrunch it like so and just start out somewhere in the middle. We're going to put this poking down through there to the back. And you just want to twist it in. And we're just going to do some small poofs. Okay, I'm going to measure out on my mat here about 10 inches. And we're going to go back about halfway and find two twisty ties here on the wreath base. And just twist together, and then we're just going to puff out that poof. All right, then I'm going to come down, measure out 10 inches again, come back about halfway, come down here, put it between two of the twisties on your green wreath base here. Twist it a couple times and then fluff out your poof. All right, I'm going to do one here in the center. So I'm going to measure out my 10 inches and just come right here. Find two greenery sprigs, twist them. Okay, then I'm going to go from there. I want to come up the center part. So I'm going to measure out my 10 inches. Come back halfway and find two of the greenery sprigs close to the center of the wreath, going up the middle here. Just going to twist that in. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, and each time I'm just kind of fluffing out my poof. All right, and I want to go up about halfway, measuring out my 10 inches and coming back. And this time I'm going to bring it more over onto this side of the center. Okay, poof it out. Then I'm going to come back down and put another one right here. Okay, we're going to measure out our 10 inches, bring it back halfway. This is good to use scrap mesh on, like I have here, a partial roll. Just gotta find 2 of these sprigs close together. Put it down in there, twist it a few times, fluff out that poof, and I'm gonna kind of bring it down beside that one. Okay, then I'm gonna come over here, make another poof, just basically wanting to fill in this bottom half of my swag. And I've gotten to where I can kind of eyeball 10 inches, but if you cannot, then go ahead and measure it each time. Bring it back halfway, find 2 twisty ties close beside each other, twist it in, poof it out. All right, and I'm gonna do another one. Kind of measure out 10 inches, and I'm gonna stop and end up right over here. Let's see, I'm gonna go right down here and finish it up with this one. Okay, twist, twist, poof, and then I want to look at it and see if I need to make one more poof, or got my cord catching on it there, or if we're good. Let's see, I think we're good there. I think that looks pretty balanced. All right, now I'm just going to cut this off with some scissors. Move that one out of the way. And I'm just going to tuck those loose ends down into the swag. All right, now we're going to do the same thing on this side, but we're going to use the blue, which is going to represent the sky. Okay, so we're just going to take this. I keep the roll down, scrunch it up on the end. All right, and I'm going to just find a place where there are 2 twisty ties close together. It's somewhere here in the middle. We're going to twist it in really tightly. And just push the ends down inside the swag just so they don't show. Let me poof that one back out. All right, same thing. We're going to measure about a 10-inch loop. And we're going to puff it up, come back about halfway, so about 4 to 5 inches back, just so it poofs up that mesh. Twist and poof that out. Come down here, measure about 10 inches. We're just going to come straight up the center. Like I said, it doesn't really matter how you put it on, just so long as you fill it in. Okay, right here, just poof that out, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to turn it this way, do my 10 inches, and I'm going to come over here to the side where I just was, put some right here. And I'm going to measure 10 inches and just put another one over here. You just want to make sure when you're attaching it that you pick 2 greenery sprigs that are close to each other at the base. So when you twist it, it will hold them snugly. It will hold your poof snugly, and the mesh won't just pull right back out when you go to fluff your poofs up. Okay, now I'm going to come right through the center and make another poof right here. Just right here. Let's come over to this side. And then I'll put a couple or a few more going down this opposite side right here. Bring it halfway back or so. Like I said, we're not about perfection here. Right. Same thing again. just trying to find two that are close together down here at the bottom to twist. Poof. And then I think I want to do a couple more down here on the bottom just to fill the sky in. So I'm going to measure my 10 inches or so. Find me a couple of greenery sprigs down here at the bottom close together. Put them in here between them. Twist. There we go. And let's see, I need to fill in this spot right here. Get my roll unrolled. About 10 inches. Okay, I want to put one right here at the top. I am putting more mesh on the end with the sky because I'll be putting a bow up here as well. And I want to have something underneath the bow to have as a foundation. So I am purposely putting a little bit more loops over here on the sky side. Okay, all right, and that's going to be my last one. And again, we're just going to gather this together, cut it off. Stuff those ends down inside and fluff the loop. Okay, so that is our swag base for our nativity scene. Now, for this, I want to have the sky showing through the top. So we're going to take this and attach it using some pipe cleaners. So I'm going to twist some pipe cleaners on. And I'm just trying to get a color that kind of coordinates with that color of my nativity. And it's not going to be perfect, but it at least will kind of blend in. And I did that one backwards, y'all. Come through here. Okay. Twisting it a couple times. All right, I think I want it to go about right here. And then I'm also going to need to have one up here at the top somewhere. So I think I'm going to do it here on each side. So I can secure it in 4 places. And then this will stay nice and secure. And actually, I think I'm going to do it on the inner one like I did here. This I bought at Dollar General, this little nativity. Okay, let's bring it down here to this side. Just twist it. I'm going to change this one to where it's wrapped around the outside in a narrower area, so the pipe cleaner won't be as obvious. Okay, they're not going to disappear, but okay. But I think that looks okay. All right, now I'm going to bring those pipe cleaners down into, and like I said, I want the blue to be coming through, and then the sand, you know, to be kind of what they're standing on. And the blue is the sky. So I'm just going to take those pipe cleaners and bring them down through and make sure I get it around the wire. Don't want to pull it in really tight because I don't want it to collapse. You can see where my mesh that I poked through to the back is showing there. Okay, so I've got that one on. Now I want to take this one, and I'm just poking the pipe cleaner down through the mesh like so. And then let me bring it up under that loop so it doesn't flatten out that loop. Bring it up under that and put it around the metal frame like so. So our little nativity is going to be sitting on top. All right, and we're going to do the same thing over here. Just going to bring one of these down through here And then this one I'm going to bring down through the center. And you just kind of feel with your fingers till you find an opening where you can pull it down through your wreath right there. And then just make sure you're wrapped around the wire of the wreath frame. Like so. Okay. All right, now, one more right here. Just want to feel and go down through the wreath with one on the other side of the wire. And then I can just bring this one down and around. Okay, then you just want to tighten it so that stays secure around the frame. Okay, then we can just take all these extra ends of these pipe cleaners, twist them, and then just kind of stick them down into the wreath. You don't really need to cut them off because they're fairly short as it is. Just kind of stick them down into where the greenery is. And you can straighten up your sign. So we have our nativity on here now. And I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat tool. And while that is heating up, we're going to make a bow. Okay, to make our bow, I'm going to be using this ribbon that I bought this year, 2023, from Costco. And it's just a pretty navy blue with some sparkles that'll kind of look like stars in the sky. So I'm just going to make a bow. I do have a video on how to make my 1 ribbon 10 loop bow. So if you want to learn how to make this bow, you can go back and watch that video. And I'll show you step by step how to do it. All right, now that we have the bow made, we're going to attach it to the top of our swag using the pipe cleaners. And I always do a final fluffing of my bow once I get it hung up on my door or out on my fence. We're just going to twist that on there. And I like to use my diagonal cutters or my pliers with a little cutting spot to cut the excess of that off. Okay, then we're going to turn that over. Fluff the bow a little bit so you can see how that's going to look. Okay, that looks so pretty, y'all. And we want one of the tails to go on this side of the nativity and the other tail to come on that side. So I'm just going to pull those down. Okay, now you can leave it just like this. That's a simple, beautiful swag. Now, if you wanted to add a little bit of extra pizzazz to it, we've got some gold running through. So I thought adding some pretty gold leaves. And these were just on some picks that I got at Target in their dollar spot. So you can use any type that you would like to use. I'm just going to cut the bottom of it off until it just has a little bit. And then we can take and stick these in. We're going to put a little bit of hot glue on the end of the pick. And then stick it into the wreath where we want them to be. And it'll just be another little pretty accent. If you don't want to add these, and I just pull these leaf picks apart. They have paper on the bottom, so it's really easy to just pull out the individual leaf pieces. And I try to balance it. So since we put one over here, I'm going to put one coming out on this side as well. Just going to go down into the mesh Down in through that mesh, you got to find a hole and just stick it down in there. Try to make it kind of even with what we have going on over here. All right, and I'm going to show you on this one. You just cut that off. And you can just take and pull, since it's got that paper covering it, you can just easily pull these out. So we've got 4 more now that we can put. But I like to cut that extra wire off the end because we don't need it. So let me do that real quick. Okay, last one. And then it probably would look good to put one coming out here, and then maybe one going down on each side, like so. Let's see, I think maybe the smaller ones, would look better right here. And there's only 3 leaves on that one, so I'm going to go ahead and cut these extra 2 leaves off of this one so it'll match over here. And then a couple down here coming out the bottom on each side, like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and get those glued in. If you want to, like I just did, you can dry fit first to make sure you like the way it looks when you place them on there. And then you just want to make sure you get it stuck in there where it's touching some of that deco mesh and some of the greenery, so it will help them stay in there well. Okay, I'm just going to come up under here, put that in there. We got some on each side. All right. Then we'll go ahead and glue our other 2 pieces in on the bottom. Just kind of right there. Stick it up in there, and you want to let that dry. I do have some ornaments here, and I thought I would try to add also. And these are just the non-breakable ones, and I bought these this year, 2023, at Walmart. Okay, and I thought I'd put these one on each side, and then maybe this one right here in the middle on the bottom. And to attach these ornaments, it's really easy. All you're going to do is find a piece of greenery, and then you stick a little bit of glue down inside your ornament, just kind of like that, side and around it. And then you want to hold the piece of greenery kind of down at the bottom and just stick that right on top and push it down as far as you can get it down that piece of greenery. And then place it however you want it to look before it dries completely. Okay, then we're going to come over here and do the same thing. You just want to find a piece of greenery, you know, that's sticking out a little bit. Let's see, that one's up there, so let's see if we can't find one up just a little bit higher. I think I'll use this one right here. Okay, I'm just going to squirt some glue down inside and then around the top, so that when it gets to the bottom of the piece of greenery, all that glue will just kind of melt right into the plastic greenery here. You want to put it over the wire and just push it down as far as you can get it. And then those will be nice and secure. And then the same thing right here in the middle. And then I believe I'm just going to stick that one up right here and put it there. And you just twist these little plastic holders off and put the glue right down into the end of that ornament. And you're going to turn it upside down right on top of that piece of greenery and just push it down. And then it will stay nice and secure. And you can shape it however you want. I want to push it down even a little bit more. And I think I want it to kind of be going down in between these two poofs. Let's add a little bit more ribbon to it. I'm going to use the same ribbon, and I'm going to do 12-inch pieces. I'm just going to cut them with my scissors. We're going to do 12-inch pieces. Okay, I'm going to fold it in half. Then I'm going to fold it in half again. I'm going to make a ribbon tail, and I got hot glue on my fingers, y'all, sorry. Fold it in half again. We're going to cut from the open edge down to the center, so that made me one. So we're going to fold it in half. We don't have to crease it. We're just folding it in half to get those edges together on the end. Then you're going to fold that in half again, kind of like so. We're going to start cutting from this open edge side over to the center, just like so. All right, then you're just going to take and scrunch up the middle and find you a place where you have two pieces of greenery together and stick the ribbon tie in there and twist it in, just like you did with the mesh. Just twist it a couple times, and then you can just fan out those ribbon tails. Now, doesn't that look pretty, that little added touch? All right, we're going to put one over here. It ties in our ribbon. Okay, I'm going to put one right over here on this side, like so. Okay, and I believe I want to put another one kind of here and here, and then we're going to say it is done. Maybe one at the bottom. So I'm going to cut 3 more. We're just going to cut our dovetails really quick. Cutting from the open edge, and you want to try to get those edges even. Okay, we're going to put this one down at the bottom. Have one coming out right here down at the bottom. Okay. And that one I didn't get quite even, so I'm just going to tug it a little bit. There we go. Get it even. Spread that out. Now you see how pretty that looks, y'all. And I'm going to put a couple more, one on each side. Just cutting our dovetails like we did on the others. Our dovetails. So now I'm just going to scrunch right up the middle and find a spot to put these, and I think I want to put them right here, kind of where the leaves are coming out, right in here. Well, no, because I don't really want them that far in. So I think I'm going to come underneath where those leaves are and find 2 sprigs. That's the great thing about making a swag or a wreath. If you don't like the way it looks, you can just take it right back off and redo it. Now that's better. I like that better. Okay, so I'm going to do one more of those over here on this side. And now that's all there is to it. We have just made a Nativity Christmas swag. These would make great gifts. These would be also pretty to hang on your door. on your front door. Why not? Have something different than all your neighbors. Be perfect for assisted living facilities where there's smaller spaces. Just having trouble finding two pieces of greenery that are right there together. But I've got them now. I just twist and then shape it. All right, y'all. I sure hope you give this a try. If you do, please tag me in a photo so I can see how yours comes out. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell so you'll always be notified when I put up new videos. Leave me a comment and let me know what else you'd like to see me show you how to make. Thanks for watching, y'all. Have a blessed day. Bye.